Anna Roosevelt, the untold and shocking facts about a president's daughter. Anna Eleanor Roosevelt, the eldest daughter of President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt, led a life full of public service, scandal, and intrigue. While often overshadowed by her famous parents, Anna's life was a fascinating subplot in the narrative of America's most storied political family. Here are 11 shocking and incredible facts about Anna Roosevelt that reveal the complexities and controversies of her life. Fact number 1. Early life and education. Anna Eleanor Roosevelt, born on May 3, 1906, in New York City, was the eldest daughter of Franklin D. Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt. Her early life was deeply influenced by her family's political stature and her grandmother, Sarah Delano Roosevelt's, controlling presence in their household. The dynamic within the family shifted significantly after her father contracted polio in 1921, which increased Anna's responsibilities and closeness to her father. For her education, Anna attended the prestigious Shipley School in Pennsylvania, aimed at preparing young women for society and higher education. She later briefly attended Cornell University but left early, driven by a desire for independence and to carve out her own path away from the intense pressures of her family life. Number 2. A controversial marriage. Anna Eleanor Roosevelt, born in 1906, was the daughter of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Her first marriage to Curtis Beandahl occurred on June 5, 1926, but after challenges that included public life pressures, the couple divorced in July 1934. Anna remarried on January 18, 1935, to John Bodeger, who was previously married and had a daughter, Patricia. This marriage was particularly controversial due to the social norms of the 1930s, which frowned upon remarriage after divorce, especially involving the children of prominent political figures like the sitting U.S. president. Financial instability and personal issues, notably John Bodeger's depression and suicide in 1950, were public dramas that highlighted the intense pressure and scrutiny faced by Anna. Number 3. Secret Service agent. Throughout World War II, specifically from 1941 until the president's death in 1945, Anna Roosevelt played a pivotal role not typical for a presidential daughter. With President Franklin D. Roosevelt's health failing, markedly deteriorating from polio and the stress of wartime leadership, Anna controlled access to him. This role often placed her at odds with her mother, Eleanor Roosevelt, and other senior White House staff, who believed she was overstepping traditional boundaries. Her management was crucial during an era when the president's image of robust health was essential for national morale during the war. Number 4. The Secret of Yalta. The Yalta Conference took place from February 4 to 11, 1945. Anna Roosevelt accompanied her father to this top-secret meeting aimed at discussing the reorganization of post-war Europe with British Prime Minister Winston Churchill and Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin. At this time, President Roosevelt was severely weakened by his long-term illness, and Anna played a critical role in managing his appearances and interactions, ensuring that his frail health was not apparent to avoid undermining the American position in negotiations. Her presence also served to support her father both physically and emotionally, maintaining a facade of stability crucial for international relations during the final months of World War II. Number 5. Role in FDR's death. Anna Eleanor Roosevelt was with her father, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, at his retreat in Warm Springs, Georgia, when he suffered a fatal cerebral hemorrhage and died on April 12, 1945. On that day, Roosevelt was sitting for a portrait by artist Elizabeth Shumatoff when he suddenly complained of a terrific headache before collapsing. Anna, who had been staying at the retreat with her father, played a crucial role during his final moments. She quickly called Dr. Howard Bruin, the president's cardiologist, but Roosevelt could not be revived. His death was officially announced at 3:35 p.m. on that same day. As a personal confidant and caretaker, Anna provided both emotional support and practical assistance to her father in his final years. She often managed his appointments and travel plans, fulfilling a role typically reserved for spouses or close aides. Number 6. A career in journalism and appointment by President Kennedy. After divorcing John Bodeger in 1949, Anna pursued a career in journalism, following in her mother Eleanor Roosevelt's footsteps. In 1949, she took a position as the editor of the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, where her husband John Bodeger had also worked as an editor. Her tenure at the paper was marked by her efforts to modernize the publication and expand its coverage of political issues. In 1963, President John F. Kennedy appointed Anna to the Citizens Advisory Council on the Status of Women. As vice chairman, she advocated for women's rights and equal opportunities, reflecting her ongoing commitment to social issues. Additionally, she wrote columns for various magazines, including a regular piece for Look magazine, and became a respected voice in the media. Anna also co-authored several books, including Partners, The United Nations in Youth, 1949, This Is My Story, 1949, and The Search for Understanding, 1950. Number 7. Hidden Affair. Anna played a complex and sensitive role in her mother's personal life, including managing Eleanor Roosevelt's close relationship with journalist Lorena Hickok. Their relationship began when Hickok covered Eleanor Roosevelt during her husband's 1932 presidential campaign. Over time, they developed a deep friendship, exchanging thousands of letters in which they shared their innermost thoughts and emotions. Some of these letters hint at an intimate relationship, leading to much speculation and controversy over the years. Anna was among the few who knew about the depth of her mother's relationship with Hickok and worked to navigate the delicate dynamics surrounding it. She often acted as a mediator between her mother and others who might have misunderstood the nature of the relationship. Number 8. Strained family relationships. Anna Roosevelt's prominent role within the Roosevelt household, particularly during World War II and her father's presidency, caused occasional tension among her siblings. Her brother James, who was born in 1907 and also involved in political affairs, was notably perturbed by Anna's close involvement in managing President Franklin D. Roosevelt's affairs. James felt that Anna wielded undue influence, especially as their father's health declined towards the end of his presidency. This friction was highlighted during critical moments such as the Yalta Conference in February 1945, where Anna's role was central in managing access to their father, exacerbating sibling tensions over perceived favoritism and her protective stance towards their father. Number 9. Advocacy for mental health. Following the death of her mother, Eleanor Roosevelt, in 1962, Anna Roosevelt became increasingly engaged in social causes, particularly mental health advocacy. Her interest in this area was deeply influenced by her mother's commitment to human rights and social justice. Anna worked to promote better understanding and treatment of mental health issues through various platforms and speaking engagements. She was involved with several nonprofit organizations focused on mental health and frequently spoke at events highlighting the importance of mental health care, aiming to reduce stigma and improve support systems for those affected by mental health challenges. Number 10. Conflicting roles during World War II. During World War II, Anna Roosevelt found herself in a delicate and contentious position due to her facilitation of meetings between her father, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and his former love, Lucy Mercer Rutherford. Lucy, who had been romantically involved with FDR prior to his presidency, was reintroduced into his life by Anna, who arranged a meeting in 1941. This act deeply hurt Eleanor Roosevelt once she discovered the meetings, significantly straining the mother-daughter relationship. The revelation of these secret meetings not only caused a personal scandal but also temporarily cooled the relationship between Anna and her mother, highlighting the complex dynamics and conflicting loyalties within the Roosevelt family. Number 11. A Forgotten Roosevelt. Despite her active role in critical moments of American history and her contributions to various social causes, Anna Roosevelt is often considered the forgotten Roosevelt. Born on May 3, 1906, she witnessed firsthand many pivotal moments in both American and world history through her father's and mother's influence. Yet, her own achievements and efforts, particularly in journalism and social advocacy, are less recognized compared to the immense legacies of her parents. This overshadowing is reflective of the challenges she faced living under the substantial public and historical shadows cast by Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt. Nonetheless, Anna managed to carve out a unique path, advocating for mental health, supporting women's rights, and playing a significant yet complex role in her family's political narrative.